Hello everyone and welcome to a rally, a march and a public meeting that we're going to have later on to mark International Women's Day, to demand an end to Sharia and religious-based tribunals, not just in Britain but everywhere, and to demand universal rights, citizenship rights, and values worthy of 21st century humanity. When I hear the word Sharia, it's like a kick in the stomach. It takes time to be able to catch my breath again. Sharia law is why so many of us fled Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan and elsewhere, only to have it repackaged and sold to us by US-led liberators in Iraq and Afghanistan and by the likes of the Archbishop of Canterbury here in Britain. Contrary to popular claims, Sharia law, religious-based tribunals, has nothing to do with people's rights to religion. It's a capitulation to political Islam. It's a vehicle of appeasing political Islam at the expense of people's rights and lives, and particularly the rights and lives of women. Yes, of course, we know the Archbishop of Canterbury says that he is not calling for stonings on the streets of London and in Trafalgar Square. He is not calling for amputations. It is only a question of civil matters when it comes to Britain. But what we say is that even in civil matters, that is the pillar of women's oppression in countries under Sharia laws in Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan and elsewhere. Right here in Britain, the Sharia councils have already judged 7,000 cases in which a woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's, in which children's custody isn't given to the parent that's best for the welfare of the child, but at a preset age, the child must be given to the husband, irrespective of whether it's good for the child or not. We're talking about cases in which women have been forced to stay in violent situations and in forced marriages because families need to be together irrespective. Moreover, rather than promoting minority rights and social cohesion, Sharia law and all religious-based tribunals promotes fragmentation and discord. It imposes different standards and norms for different people. It denies universal rights established and fought for by progressive social movements and the working class over centuries. It gives precedence to regressive cultural and religious norms of the ruling elite rather than to human beings and their rights and lives. Opposing Sharia law in Britain or all religious-based tribunals, as in Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran and elsewhere, isn't an attack on people's religion and their right to religion. It's a defense. It's a defense of people's human rights. After all, rights, equality, respect are for human beings, real-life human beings, and not for regressive, reactionary beliefs nor political movements that have made the lives of millions intolerable. To the British government we say that people in Britain, irrespective of their beliefs, deserve citizenship rights and universal rights, equal rights for all living here. Stop segregating and fragmenting people and relegating the lives of millions of people to reactionary and regressive Sharia courts and religious-based tribunals. To the Islamic movement, we say, watch out. You are not going to be able to roll your Sharia courts over us sitting down. We are going to resist you and stand up to you, and we are going to push you back in the same way that women's liberation movements and people's movements are doing in Iraq, Iran, and Afghanistan. And to you standing here, we tell you, join us and defend the values that are worthy of people living in this century. What we do in the fight today will determine the type of society that we're going to end up with, as well as the world that we're going to end up with. We will not allow, we should not allow people to have to be relegated to these courts and these tribunals. We demand universal rights, we demand citizenship rights. Join us, stay with us, and the stronger we get, the more we mobilize, the more it will be impossible for them to stop, to carry on. And one last thing I want to say, that a lot of people in this country are afraid to oppose Sharia law and religious-based tribunals. What we want to say today is don't be afraid. It's our right, our task, and our duty to stand up to it. And also that it is possible. A lot of people said before they heard about our campaign, they felt desperate, they felt hopeless. And what we're saying is that there is hope. There is hope for change. This is exactly how change has happened throughout centuries. It's by people saying no. No to reaction, no to regression, no to inhuman and misogynist religious laws, and yes, yes to humanity. Thank you.
BBC Live.
Oldies know far more than it.
Yeah, I imagine it will die down.
One love for all!
One love for all!
No to Sharia!
No to Sharia!